the Black Bull of Norroway, and many a hunting song they sung, and song of game and glee, then tuned to plaintive strains their tongue, of Scotland's loo and lee. To wilder measures next they turn the Black Bull of Norroway. Sun the tapers ceased to burn, the minstrels ceased to play, the Coot of Kjeldar by J. Leiden. In Norroway, Langsny there lived a certain lady, and she had 3 daughters. The eldest o' them said to her mither, bake me a bannock, and roast me a collop, for I am gone out to seek my fortune. Her mither did say, and the doctor gauged awat at one of which washer wife, and telled her purpose. The auld wife bade her stay that day, and gang and look out of her back door, and see what she could see. She saw naught the first day. The second day she did the same, and saw naught. On the third day she looked again, and saw a coach and 6 coming along the road. She ran in, and told the auld wife what she saw. "Awa," quo the auld wife, "yon's for you." So they took her into the coach, and galloped aff. The second doctor next says to her mither, "Mither, bake me a bannock, and roast me a collop, for I'm gone awa, to seek my fortune." Her mither did say, and awa she gauged to the old wife, as her sister had done. On the third day she looked out a back door, and saw a coach and 4 coming along the road. "Oh well," quo the old wife, "yon's for you." So they took her in, and aff they set. The third doctor says to her mither, "Mither, bake me a bannock, and roast me a collop, for I'm gone awa, to seek my fortune." Her mither did say, and awa she deed to the Lord of Way. She bade her look out o' her back door, and see what she could see. She did say, and when she came back, said she saw naught. The second day she did the same, and saw naught. The third day she looked again, and on coming back said to the lord's wife she saw naught but a muckle black bull coming roaring along the road. "Oh weel," quo the old wife, "yon's for you." On hearing this she was next distracted with grief and terror, but she was lifted up and set on his back, and oh they went. Aye, they travelled, and on they travelled, till the lady grew faint with hunger. "Eat out o' my right lug," says the Black Bull, "and drink out o' my left lug, and set by your leavings." So she did as he said, and was wonderfully refreshed. And lang they gauged, and sae they right till it came in sight o' a very big and bonny castle. "Yonder we maun be this night," quo the Bull, "for my auld brither lives yonder." And presently they were at the place. They lifted her off his back, and took her in, and sent him away to a park for the night. In the morning, when they brought the bull home, they took the lady into a fine shining parlour, and gave her a beautiful apple, telling her no to break it till she was in the greatest strait ever mortal was in the world, and that wad bring her out. Again she was lifted on the bull's back, and after she had ridden far, and fairer than I can tell, they came in sight of far bonny castle, and far farther awa than the last. Says the bull till her, "Yonder we maun be the night, for my second brither lies yonder." And they were at the place directly. They lifted her down and took her in, and sent the bull to the field for the night. In the morning they took the lady into a fine and rich room, and gave her the finest pair she had ever seen, bidding her no to break it till she was in the greatest strait ever mortal could be. In that wad get her out. Again she was lifted and set on his back, and over they went. And lang they gauged, and sae they ride, till they came in sight of farthest castle, and far farthest aff they had yet seen. "We maun be yonder the night," says the bull, "for my young brither lives yonder," and they were there directly. They lifted her down, took her in, and sent the bull to the field for the night. In the morning they took her into a room, the finest of and geed her a plum, telling her no to break it till she was in the greatest strait mortal could be in, and that ward get her out o'. Presently they brought hame the bull, set the lady on his back, and ower they went, and aye they gauged, and on they rade, till they came to a dark and ugsome glen, where they stopped, and the lady lighted down. Says the bull to her, "Here ye maun stay till I gang and fight the dale. Ye maun seat yoursel on that stane, and move neither hand nor foot till I come back, else I'll never find ye again. And if everything round about ye turns blue, I hae beated the dale. But should a things turn red, he'll hae conquered me." She set herself down on the stane, and by around her turned blue. O'ercome with joy, she lifted the ace fit, and crossed it out of the ither, sae glad was she that her companion was victorious. The bull returned, and sought for, but never could find her. Lang she sat, and aye she grat, till she wearied. At last she raised and gauged awa, she kedna whar till. On she wandered, till she came to a great hill o' glass, that she tried as she could to climb, but wasna able. Round the bottom of the hill she gauged, sabbing and seeking a passage away, till at last she came to a smith's house. And the smith promised, if she wad serve him 7 years, he wad make her iron shoon wherewith she could climb aware the glassy hill. At 7 years' end she got her iron shoon, clammed the glassy hill, and chanced to come to the old washerwife's habitation. There she was told of a gallant young knight that had given in some bloidy sarks to wash, and wherever washed, they sarks was to be his wife. The old wife had washed till she was tired, and then she set to her doctor, and baith washed, and they washed, in hopes of getting the young knight. But they could do they couldna bring out a stain. At length they set the stranger domicile to work, and whenever she began the stains came out pure and clean, but the old wife made the knight believe it was her doctor had washed the sarks. So the knight and the eldest doctor were to be married, and the stranger domicile was distracted at the thought of it, for she was deeply in love with him. So she bethought her of her apple, and breaking it, found it filled with gold and precious jewelry, the richest she had ever seen. All these, she said to the eldest doctor, I will give you on condition that you put off your marriage for as day, and allow me to go into his room alone at night. So the lady consented, but meanwhile the old wife had prepared a sleeping drink and given it to the knight, wha drank it and never wakened till next morning. The leeling knight their demoiselle sabbed and sang, 7 years I served for thee, the glassy hill I clammed for thee, the blue-eyedy shirt I rang for thee, and wilt thou no walk in and turn to me? Next day she ken't know what to do for grief. She then brak the pear, and found it filled with jewellery far richer than the contents o' the apple. With the jewels she bargained for permission to be a second night in the young knight's chamber. But the old wife gied him another sleeping drink, and he again sleeped till morning. In night she kept sighing and singing as before, 7 years I served for thee as us. Still he sleeped, and she nearly lost hope another. But that day when he was out at the hunting, somebody asked him what noise and moaning was yon they heard all last night in his bedchamber. He said he heard no ony noise, but they assured him there was sae, and he resolved to keep waking that night to try what he could hear. That being the 3rd night, and the demoiselle being between hope and despair, she brak her plum, and it held far the richest jewellery of the 3. She bargained as before, and the old wife, as before, took in a sleeping drink to the young knight's chamber, but he told her he couldna drink it that night without sweetening. And when she gauged awa for some honey to sweeten it with, he poured out the drink, and sae made the old wife think he had drunk it. They went to bed again, and the demoiselle began, as before, singing, 7 years I served for thee, the glassy hill I clammed for thee, the bluety shirt I rang for thee, and wilt thou no walkin and turn to me? He heard, and turned to her, and she told him that had befa'en her, and he told her that had happened to him. And he caused the old washerwife and her doctor to be burned, and they were married, and he and she are living happy till this day, for aught I ken.